Well, this has to be one of my best travels to Africa. I'm just done with my couple of days here in Uganda and I'm heading back to Nairobi right now. It was so beautiful. The last few days, I cannot begin to express how much joy I have in my heart with what God did in the last few days. The meetings were very small. We had, say, 25 to 30 people attending the meetings, but every single one of them I was able to spend time with them, minister to them, pray for them. It was an amazing experience. This is my first time to Uganda, and I got to minister in a small church, and I had a brilliant time. Had a lifetime of an experience. I'm going back to Nairobi. I have meetings lined up every day with pastors who we're going to speak to them, share the vision about Revive conferences, and start preparing for Revive Kenya. Uh, So I am off to India, but before I leave for India, I thought I should take a stop at one of the very good churches here and meet Pastor Evans. I'm going to interview Pastor Evans for a weekend podcast. By the way, if you have not subscribed to the podcast, you should go to pastorpriji.com/podcast and check out the daily devotional podcast that we do there. And on Saturdays, we generally have a special podcast. So this Saturday, we will have Pastor Evans' interview. We'll be having him speak about church planting and evangelism and a lot of those things. So join along. See ya. And this is Pastor Evans' church. It meets in a tent like this. Ain't it so beautiful? You should see the services here. They are filled with divine presence of God. So I'm done with the 1 week long trip here to Africa. It's such an emotional moment because I totally enjoyed what God did this time. Though we didn't have too many meetings or services where I preached at this time, we got to meet a lot of pastors, we got to meet a lot of leaders. We got to spend a lot of time seeing what they do here in this city, and I'm excited to come back to Kenya in the month of August or September, whenever we schedule the dates for Revive Kenya. We will be coming together as a team. Pastor Shaiju is going to be here. Our team from Canada, from India, from Gulf, many different places. They're going to come join along, and it's going to be an amazing time. And this is Stephen. He drove us for the entire 1 week. The fact that he helped us in taking us around, it was such a big blessing. I didn't have to rely on public transport this time, and he was such a big blessing to us. And I'm happy, and I'm off to the airport. I just done with the podcast interview. Do make sure to check it out. It was an amazing podcast, and some of you who are planning and desiring to plant a church, this podcast is definitely going to bless your spirit. Go on pastorpriji.com/podcast and you will find the podcast called Life Talk or Leadership Talk, and it'll be past Evans Makatia. He's the one that I just interviewed and had a blessed time. See you guys back when I'm in Bangalore.